At this point, you just cannot talk summer fashion essentials without mentioning Uniqlo. This time, we're diving into their summer 2025 lineup. No specific collaborations here, just a few great picks from everything that Uniqlo currently offers that can help you dress well and that you can rely on this summer. From breezy shirts to everyday essentials, I really tried to highlight something for absolutely everyone here. So, is Uniqlo still one of the best for great quality at an affordable price in 2025? Let's find out. As always, I want to preface this by saying this video is not sponsored. I bought all these pieces with my own money, so you'll be getting my 100% honest and unbiased opinion. And for reference, I'm 5'8", about 60-65 kilos, with a 40-inch chest and a 29-inch waist. If anything catches your eye, it'll be all linked down in the description. And if you enjoyed the video or find it helpful, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe too. I put so much care and time and effort into these videos, so I would really appreciate it. Right, let's begin. First piece I grabbed was this Oxford boxy striped shirt. I got this from the women's section of the current JW Anderson collection in a size medium. I grabbed it in this really clean off-white with a subtle pinstripe, and honestly, from a design perspective, I think it is an absolute steal coming in at only $29.90. First off, I have to say this fabric really surprised me. It's got a pretty dense kind of heavy feel to it. It's a 60-40 cotton viscose blend that almost comes off like a really soft canvas. It sits really nicely because of the fabric structure, and it feels great on body. One thing I really love is this stitch stripe detail. It's one of those things that catches your eye from afar, but once you get up close, you can really appreciate the smaller details. There's a single chest pocket that has reinforced box stitching and double folded fabric. It's really nice to see here that they're thinking not only about the shirt's design, but also its durability too. And like I said, this is from the women's section, hence this super exaggerated cropped silhouette. I sized up for a medium for this, and to be honest, I do kind of think it's on the border of being too cropped still. I'm tempted, of course, to go for a large, but the sleeves are already bordering on too long, so I'm kind of torn, to be honest. You have to let me know, is this too cropped or is it okay? Speaking of sleeves, they're tapered nicely with some small pleats, and the cuff here is double buttoned, which honestly is kind of impressive at this price point. The buttons themselves do have a slight pearlescent shine, but I'm pretty sure they're not mother of pearl, and unfortunately they're not reinforced by shank on the inside. What really kind of blew my mind with this piece though is the fully embroidered JWA logo on the front. It's kind of odd to me that they're using his branding here with no immediate signs of this being a Uniqlo collab piece. To the untrained eye, this just looks like a piece from his mainline collection, which from a marketing perspective is kind of insane because it kind of undercuts his mainline. Just imagine if on the next Uniqlo U collection there were Lemaire logos on the pieces. Like, how insane would that be? It would never happen. Either JW Anderson really believes in this collab, or most likely Uniqlo is paying him a monumental bag to use such a similar logo to his mainline. Unfortunately, this shirt is not perfect though. The stitching in general, as always with Uniqlo, is pretty neat, but I must say it's not flawless. The shoulder seam on the shirt is always a good indicator to me of the care that has gone into the production of a piece, and this one is a little bunched. This usually points to a somewhat rushed production, but for the price, I mean, I'm definitely not mad at it. I've paid way more for shirts that have had worse shoulder seam bunching than this. The biggest thing to note though is if you're over 5'10", I would say this shirt probably won't work for you, unless you want a really exaggerated crop. Being from the women's section, the crop is dramatic on all sizes of this shirt, and even more so in the larger sizes. Going from the medium here, the body length only increases 1.5 inches up to the XL. If I was to rate the shirt, all things considered, I would definitely give it a 7.5 out of 10. I love the fabric, and it's clear that a lot of thought has gone into the design. The construction is okay. I'll just say this one is definitely for all the short kings out there. Alright, second item, and today we are finally checking out the 100% premium linen shirt. This comes in at $39.90, and I grabbed it here in a size small. Honestly, I've been wanting to try one of these for ages. So many of you have been hyping them up in the comments on my videos, so today I'm holding you guys to it. First off, the shirt is made of 100% European linen flax. No irrigation, naturally grown, and apparently traceable according to Uniqlo all the way back to Belgium, France, and the Netherlands, which I have to say is pretty impressive at this level of mass manufacturing. Immediately, you can feel the quality of the linen here. It is incredibly soft, lightweight, and it has this really nice natural sheen that only seems to come with a higher grade of linen. It makes it feel just that little bit more elevated and expensive. I went for the mid blue with a cream stripe, which I think is such a beautiful color combination. Really great for all your casual summer outfits, but will also look incredible with something smarter, say if you're going for like an evening meal or a date night, something like that. They've got 2 striped options and a ton of lovely solid colors if stripes aren't your thing. I'm sure everyone can find a design that works with their wardrobe here. The silhouette is pretty standard, straight cut, nothing too out of the ordinary. revolutionary, which does make it super versatile. You can wear it on its own, of course, layer it over a tee or a tank top as an outer layer, or it can easily be layered under a slimmer jacket, and because of the straight cut, it still sits really nicely with no awkward bunching. Now, fit-wise, I would say it runs a little bit slim on my frame, slightly tight across the chest and the forearms. And you can see the tension across the buttons here, even when I'm not wearing anything underneath. But I'll be honest, I don't have the most typical proportions when it comes to body type. I have quite a large chest and back for my size, so if you're more of an average build for your size, I think you'll be totally fine. The buttons have a lovely sheen, and they actually do look like mother of pearl, which is such a nice touch at this price point. No chest pocket on this one, maybe to save on costs, who knows. Stitching overall is pretty good, but again, the shoulder seam is a little bunched. But I'm pretty confident to say you probably won't find better linen shirts at this price point without spending quite a bit more. Overall, I'd give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Beautiful fabric, great color range, a great choice if you're looking to add some linen to your wardrobe. Okay, up next we have this amazing lightweight summer jacket. This is the linen blend shirt jacket. Again, I grabbed it in a size small, and this comes in at a very reasonable $39.90. This jacket, I have to say, I was really looking forward to getting my hands on. I've been on the hunt for a lightweight, smarter piece of outerwear for the summer months, because earlier in the year, whilst I love my jackets, I realized that they're really only cold weather focused, and I definitely struggle to sometimes put together a good outfit with a jacket in summer. This jacket right here, though, is exactly what I was looking for. I went for the navy because I'm in a really deep navy phase right now. All of spring, I've been living in my navy cord jacket from Arquette, but at the moment, that one just feels way too substantial. So this pickup really feels like the perfect summer-friendly alternative. It's made from 66% cotton, 34% linen blend, and the fabric is honestly perfect. It's super soft, light, really breathable, just a really well-balanced mix that feels amazing when worn. The silhouette, I would say, is nicely relaxed, nothing super oversized or boxy, just a really comfortable cut with a bit of extra room to move, and still allows for a lot of good airflow to keep you cool. There's a single chest pocket plus 2 hidden side pockets stitched along the side seam, which is super handy, and it still keeps this clean and minimal design. The buttons are nice and thick and color matched too, which looks really great in my opinion, although once again, they're not reinforced with a shank, which is a bit of a shame. But what I love most about this jacket is just how easy it makes summer layering. It really gives you that ability to build a great summer outfit. You can add a bit of structure and a bit of layering interest without immediately overheating the moment you step outside. It's got that very understated feel that honestly reminds me of something like Studio Nicholson or La Mer. Super minimal, very cool, no fuss, just a smart, well-designed piece. Overall, I give this jacket a solid 9 out of 10. If you're struggling to put together some good layered outfits in summer, or you're just looking for a great lightweight jacket to wear in the summer evenings, maybe to dinner or drinks, whatever, I really think this one's worth your time and money. It's just such a useful piece to have in the back of your wardrobe year round, to be honest. Alright, up next, we can't talk about summer fashion without mentioning shorts. As I'm filming this, it's currently pushing 30 degrees here in the UK, so I've been wearing these just so much. They're the easy stretch short in this amazing cotton seersucker, and they've been an absolute lifesaver in this heat. Retailing for just $19.90, these are hands down some of the best summer shorts I've ever tried in terms of comfort and breathability. I grabbed the striped navy, but they also come in a lighter striped blue, both super wearable and perfect for summer. Now, if you're not familiar with seersucker, it's a really clever fabric where the weave essentially creates tiny puckered ridges, which means most of the fabric actually sits away from your skin when they're being worn. That little bit of space then creates these cool pockets of air, and this makes a massive difference when it's really hot. Less sticking, just way less sweating, and just way more airflow. It's such a great material for all types of weather, humid or dry. The fabric here is a 98% cotton, 2% elastane blend, so it's lightweight, it's really soft, with a little added stretch, which means they're just insanely comfortable. Plus you've got an elastic waistband and internal drawstrings. It makes them so easy to wear, whether you like your shorts a little more snug fitting or you want something wider with a bit more airflow and maybe more coverage. I'd say go true to size like I did here if you do like your shorts a little bit shorter, but if you want a roomier silhouette with more sun protection, you can size up and cinch them in with the drawstrings. I've been throwing these on with all my linen shirts, all my oversized tees, pretty much everything. They really live up to their name. They're super easy to wear, easy to style, and most importantly, they will definitely keep you cool. If you're struggling with the heat and you need a pair of shorts that you can just throw on and forget about, these I would say are 100% worth picking up. I'd give them a solid 9 out of 10. Okay, next pair of shorts I have for you today, and these are the linen blend shorts. If the seersucker pair aren't really a thing, but you're still after something super comfortable and that keeps you cool, these I think are the perfect alternative. The fabric here is a 66% cotton, 34% linen blend, so you're getting all of that airy, lightweight breathability from the linen, but with all the comfort and the soft hand feel of a cotton. These really are the best of both worlds. These I would say as well have slightly more of a relaxed and loose cut, so they'd be great for extra airflow or if you're just a guy with bigger thighs. But they have the same elasticated waistband with drawstrings, drawstrings. So once again, they're just crazy comfortable and super easy to throw on and just forget about. You've also got a little bit more utility here with 2 rear pockets along with the 2 front pockets. Pretty clean and simple for a short, but they're still handy to have in a pinch. And they again come in just a bunch of neutral tones, perfect for the summer. I grabbed this pair in this cool indigo slub weave, and I'm so glad I did because I've kind of been on the hunt for an indigo denim pair of shorts. But a lot of the pairs I've tried just end up feeling kind of stiff and uncomfortable, especially in the warmer weather. But this indigo slub weave kind of gives me the same look as an indigo denim, but in a way softer, lighter, and more breathable package. And just like the seersucker ones, you can size up or down depending on how wide or relaxed you want the fit to be, and still get the perfect look thanks to the drawstrings. I've already been reaching for these loads this year, and like I said, they kind of remind me of a denim, so they go with absolutely everything. They just make getting dressed in this heat super easy, which is exactly what you want. Another pair of shorts I highly recommend, 9 out of 10. Genuinely a great summer staple, no matter what color you grab them in. Alrighty, let's wrap things up with an old favorite, the wide pleated trousers. I know, I've talked about these a lot on the channel, but I just couldn't resist talking about them again because I went in store recently and picked up this beautiful grey pair in my true to size, which is a size small. And just in general, you've probably seen throughout the video that I just wear these trousers so much in the summer. They're definitely my most worn legwear option if I'm not wanting to wear shorts. These still come in at $39.90, which is kind of mad considering how the cost of manufacturing has increased since these have been available. I bought my original black and beige pairs 2 years ago for $39.90, and I'm honestly kind of shocked they haven't bumped up the price since. Really though, I grabbed these to kind of round out my selection of these trousers. Because I wear them so much, it's just good to have quite a few color options. This grey color, I have to say, is just so clean and chic to me. The visible texture on the fabric just gives it such a stylish, elevated feel, even if you're pairing it with something like a plain shirt or a plain t-shirt. They've still got the perfect cut, which I always rave about, not too baggy but not too tight, and the single front pleat that adds that little bit of detail and some extra width in the thigh for more airflow without feeling too formal. The fabric here is really great. It drapes beautifully and it flows beautifully, but still holds its shape enough to keep the pleats looking crisp. These are still unfortunately 100% polyester. Of course, I wish they were a cotton blend or something like a wool, but because of the width and the lightness of the fabric, I still find them really wearable in the warmer months. Really great for any evening events you might be attending, or whether your style itself just leans a bit smarter. And one of the most underrated features that I love about these is the semi-elasticated waistband with drawstrings, and it also has belt loops. You just don't get that combo very often. It's either comfy or smart, very rarely both. But with these, you really just get the best of both worlds. They're super easy to wear, they're really comfy, and if you want to dress them up with a nice leather belt, you absolutely can do that too. They're my go-to trousers anytime I want something a bit smarter without sacrificing comfort in the heat, not just in the summer, but year round, to be honest. They're still a solid 8.5 out of 10, and if you haven't tried these yet, I can't recommend them enough. And there we go, my choices for Uniqlo's best clothing items for summer 2025. Let me know in the comments down below any Uniqlo items you've been loving this summer, and also don't forget to like and subscribe for more great men's fashion videos just like this one. If you're after more fashion content from me, go and check this video out here. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll see you in the next one. See you then.